Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Voice of Brooklyn, episode 12. I'm your host, Skrilla Fresh. And who we have here today?
Peace, family. What's going on? It's Mr. Body Sculptor, man.
All right, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing amazing, brother. I'm here in Brooklyn, here just doing my thing. You know, I'm grateful for all the opportunities just represented to me, man. I'm grateful to be on your show. I love this. You know, I watch your thing. I saw you had my guy Rex on here a few weeks ago.
Most definitely. Shout out to Rex.
I love that. Yeah, I love that, man. I was watching him coming up when I used to listen to the battle rap and stuff like that. So that was a great thing, man. I love that stuff, man.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so let's get into it. You're a universal trainer, right? Known as the universal trainer. Explain to the people exactly what that is and what you do.
So usually when you find like different trainers or personal trainers and things like that, or people who do into fitness, they may have a couple of things on them. Like it's a couple of things as far as what they can do as far as skill set, and they may be able to do. They may be good at weight training or powerlifting or what have you. But you know, when I say universal, I come from a martial art combat background, and then in MMA I learned how to box and jiu-jitsu, and then from my original martial art teacher I learned weapons and tactics and teaching people awareness. Okay. So I had a bunch of fields and there's different types of training for each of those types of skill sets. And then getting in the gym, I learned from a few master trainers. Okay. And then doing the MMA, I learned different training and I learned how to box and stuff like that too. And I was so shout outs to Hanshi Masuko Morning, that's my MMA coach. I also learned stuff from Old School Mustafa in Gleason's gym and Zab Judah's gym.
Okay, yeah.
So universal, I know all the different types of training for each skill set. So I come with a lot, even though I only been in the game like 8 years.
8 years? You said only 8 years? That's a long time. Oh, like 8 years is not. I thought you was going to say like a year or so, but I mean, I already know you've been doing this for a while, or whatever the case may be. So, what is your most what are you most trained in? Like which field? Is it boxing, jiu-jitsu, like kickboxing? Which one?
So I would say jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. So kickboxing also has boxing in it. Yeah. So that's how I'm able to train my boxer, because the difference between those two is about range, right? Kickboxing has a different range because you got to be to throw kicks and stuff like that in there. But boxing is like a little bit tighter. It's a closer range. It's more accuracy and stuff like that. So I'm most skilled in jiu-jitsu, hand-to-hand combat, and then the kickboxing and a little bit of the boxing and weapons.
Okay, so it's not confusing a little bit, because I know for each fighting stance is different. Like boxing is one way, like orthodox and southpaw, and then I don't know jiu-jitsu or any of that, so I know it's different. You have to stand a certain way. So do you ever get confused a little bit, like when you're training and?
Nah. See, what I've learned to do is I see the different similarities. So I spent time in each field, like a little bit of time. Like traditional martial arts, spent quite a bit of years. Boxing, I spent a few years. So I spent some time in each of them to know what it's like. I've actually been in a couple of pro camps and stuff like that, boxing camps. So I know what it takes to do things. Yeah. And it's like I can also see the similarities. Some things in kickboxing, I know, okay, this would be great for boxing, and this would be great for that. Oh, I got this woman that want to do this. You want to lose arms? Let me take this from that field, add it with that, because I know that makes arms go down. You got what I'm saying? So it's not confusing. I've learned how to actually package it together in different compartmentalizations, so I can be able to give people best experience possible and get them the goals they need.
Okay, now let's get to the weapons, bro, because I know that's crazy. Like, what kind of weapons are you well versed in? Like, what weapons do you use?
So I love all right. So let me go back a little bit for you. Back when I was teenager, in the streets, breaking day at night, going to the party and stuff like that. You kind of know the kind of vibes. Yeah. So my grandmother always said, if you ever get in trouble, you got a few people trying to get at you, you can always find a stick. So I love to pick up the bow staff in martial art. Because
explain what that is, because
it's like that long stick. Yeah, it looks like a broomstick but longer. that kind of thing.
Okay.
So you could always find like a tree bark or something like that to be able to help protect myself if I was in a situation where I was being jumped. And then I learned the knee sticks. This is like what it would be like a stick is in half, so like 2 sticks. So I learned different weapons like that. And then I got more critique into learning like knife work and things like that.
Okay.
So like even something as small as a pen, I could defend myself against somebody.
Yeah, that's a lot. That sounds like some movie shit.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds like some movie shit. Like,
Yes,
but
sir,
I mean,
absolute.
it's good. So did you ever join like get into competition in all of those fields or?
I never went pro in anything. But I've sparred with pros. I've fought pros in that the kickboxing and things like that and martial art, and I fought pros and that was in boxing. Actually, a couple of pros, Courtney Pemberton, that's my guy. He helped me get ready for my last MMA fight 9 years ago that I did well in. And then Travis Peterkin, I was working with him from time to time. That's my guy. I love that guy. He always, like, anytime he came around, he was showing us stuff. And then my boy Too Fast Mills, Golden Gloves champ. I think it was 2-time Golden Gloves, stuff like that. He was working with me at a point. He actually helped me get back in shape. And then when I started doing personal training more, he had me train him. So it's just like a big circular thing. So I was in the Olympics 2004.
Okay.
So I did the Olympic circuit. I won silver in that and back and forth in Athens. And like this is one of the first time I say this on air, but you know, I was cheated, so I was kind of booted out. There's like a lot of different things. I don't know if you guys follow boxing like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, let me just talk about it a little bit. So people like Rigondeaux. I don't know if you know what Rigondeaux is, but Rigondeaux is an excellent boxer, dark-skinned Cuban guy. You got guys like Boo Boo Andre. You got what I'm saying? Who is an amazing boxer, but they try to hush him up and boot him out the way because he's so good and he's so skilled and so dangerous. Nobody wants to fight him. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the same thing with Terrence Crawford. Now Terrence Crawford is a little different because he's going up there and he understands that whole stigma and that whole politic thing. So when you're going up in competition and you're knocking everybody out, then they can't ignore you. Everybody they putting away, he moved up a weight and he's knocking everybody out. So now they can't ignore him. You got what I'm saying? They can't try to cheat him on the cards and nothing. No, dude is out and I'm up. That's a clear way to see. So back in the tournament circuits, my grandmaster used to be like, oh, we used to hate that. They used to come see our patches on our pack and they used to automatically be ready to cheat us. And some of the other teachers and masters would be working in the rings that would be sparring, be fighting people in and give their kid extra points or they got extra points or try to take a point from us. Yeah. So my circle used to be like, well, knock their ass out the ring. Yeah. If they ain't in the ring, then they can knock their ass down. Basically, it was that kind of thing.
Yeah, basically, like fighting politics.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was a lot. So why you never turn pro? Because I mean, I personally know how good you are, and you got that way better from the time when we first spoke. So I wonder why you never turned pro.
So you know, it goes back to originally why I was even in martial art and wanting to train and teach in the first place. You know, my grandmother, she did a lot of community work, building the community, and never was the kind of person that wanted a handout or anything like that, meaning help from the government or society, anything like that, to go help other people. My grandmother would go to the stores on St. John's and Utica and Western Beef when it was over there down by East New York and buy up the food and be in the hallway and been cooking and giving out that good behind food to people, giving it out, Thanksgiving, stuff like that, giving it out. Cooking like, oh my gosh, so good, and giving it out. So she was in a lot of church communities and stuff like that too. So she would build a lot of like-minded church women, and they got together, put their money together, and they started feeding and helping the community because there wasn't a lot of shelters at that time. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't.
So
it definitely wasn't.
I kind of had the same thing where I didn't want, you know, these networks and stuff like that to make money off of me for me to fight. You got what I'm saying? So I never really wanted to go pro because I didn't like the way, you know, the government, stuff like that treat us. You know what's going on. So I never liked that. So I was like, you know what? And then when this thing happened with the whole tournament circuit, I said, let me go teach. I want to be a great teacher. I want to build and stuff like that. My mother put that in my ear, and before I know it, I was teaching in one school, and I was doing this, and I just started getting good. I won state and regional competition my first year teaching with the group of kids I had.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
My first year teaching, and I just followed the basics. I used my creativity from stuff I seen before, and I beat. My mother didn't have a big school at that time, so she was kind of helping me. So I beat out all of the schools that had some of the masters from our schools that were like a little bit higher ranked than me. I beat all of them that first year of me teaching.
Yeah.
My very first year.
So how many kids did you have in your first school? Like how much did you start off
I'd
with?
say probably around that first school by myself, like an auditorium stage, maybe like 42, something
42?
like that. Yeah, 42 kids.
And all of them joined the competition, or it was just the most experienced kids?
Nah. So it wasn't like it wasn't like fighting competition. Well, it wasn't all fighting. Like some of it was fighting, but most of it was like demonstrating, right?
Okay.
So I would have like the guys would grab the girl and she would like bust him up, get out of it, throw him, to show that she can defend herself.
Yeah.
They would do forms and kata and stuff like that, and they did it so unified and together. And we did it to music. And then simple stuff, where I had them line up, they would spin around and they pop in the spot. Like, kind of like how they did in what's that movie? The Drumline movie?
Yeah.
You saw they had different forms and stuff like that? It was like that. And it was so dope, they couldn't deny us the win.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So your school, obviously, it had to grow from that point until now. So how many students you say you have now that you work with?
Well, personally, right now, I retired from teaching. I just started back teaching at Elite Fitness for Life at the gym I'm at now. So we're building the kids there now. But over my course in time, I don't real talk, to be honest with you, bro, because we had the Jackie Robinson program, and that had kids too. So in the summertime, it'd be like, no lie, kids, it'd be like 50 kids in every class. So we have like 6-7 classes a day. And it'd be like 40, like 30-something to 50 kids in every class, different ages. So over the years, I've taught, I would say like around 6,000 kids.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Did any of them go pro? Like was this like recent, or this was like years ago?
Oh no, this was some years back. I'm not as young as you think. I am 36 now. I don't know if I'm 30.
We the same age. We the same age. We the same age.
Yeah. So it was some years ago and things like that. So throughout the time, I know a couple of people who kind of stayed in the martial. I don't know what they're doing out and been checking up on them, but they were really I love the fact that they were winning in life. I'm talking about kids that I took off the streets. I was in help putting them in Big Brother programs. So they went from, we were in PS398. So around there is a real hood, Rutland Road, stuff like that, Brownsville. So it's like it's real rugged around there. So I was taking them off the streets and out of trouble and things like that. And then I see them years later. They're a manager here. One was a manager at Western Beat. One's a manager, in H&M, things like that. One's in real estate. So they grew out of, you got what I'm saying, that lifestyle and mentality, and they're winning in life. People are mad. I myself am not even driving my own car yet. I got, I work on people that they drive me around. I got people that I train and taught. They got cars and they got their stuff together, and I'm
but that's
I'm
that's
so
the goal.
proud of them.
That's the goal. You know what I mean? To uplift them.
Absolutely.
More than where you are. Like the goal is for them to go further. Like because they're the next generation coming up under us.
Absolutely.
So, did you ever have a desire to like have a stable of kids that you was training that all went pro, and you was just like in their corner to like?
So yes, I'm going to say yes. This is the first time I'm saying this on there too.
Okay, it's an exclusive.
So eventually I want to have four main people. 4 main people, maybe kids. Maybe I'm raising from like around 11 years old, get them in the Olympics at 16, and then have them go pro. 2 girls and two guys. Okay. So if anybody ever hears this, like, let it be known that's something I want. I want to take my multitude of skills and implement it into 4 kids and let them just like be the nastiest things walking the earth, something like that. I got a boxer that I'm training now in Georgia. I just started training him and stuff like that, and he wants to go pro. So we actually doing a contract, getting together a contract right now because we already talked about it. So everything is working in the motion for that. So he wants to. The boy can already box. My kid Otto got automatic hands. The boy's fast and everything. So yeah, he wants to box. So we definitely gonna make that happen.
And how old is he?
I think he said he's 26 or 27.
26.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
All
already
right.
been in the ring with a couple pros, so he's
All
doing
right,
his
yeah.
thing.
I mean, Bernard Hopkins, he didn't he start late? Because I know he was in prison. I think he started like 26, 27. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute. Yeah, he started late too. That's right. And Bernard was nice, man.
Yeah.
Bernard nice.
So for the kids that's watching and for the young men that's watching that want to get in the fight game, it's never too late.
Never too late.
You can still do it. You just have to work hard. That's it. You just have to work extremely hard. This is not something that you can, like, you know better than anybody else.
Yeah.
This is not something that you could just jump into and just do.
Absolute.
These pro fighters make this shit look easy. It is not easy.
I've
trained for years. It's not easy. Like, it is not.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot of work, hard work. It takes a lot of dedication.
Discipline and dedication. Absolutely, yes.
And you have to do it for real. You can't play with this. You have to do it for real.
It's not a joke.
You would set yourself up for when you step in that ring, somebody will knock your head off and you'll never be the same.
Exactly.
So
absolutely.
This is not something you can play with. So
that's right. People get concussion. I was just telling the brother in my gym. He was like, "Oh, you know, he's doing this. He's an artist and stuff like that." He said, "Yo, I think I want to try to take this serious." I said, "Man, you got a great career in what you're doing. You singing. You got your following up. You going on tour. You making money. Grow that and start building with other artists." That's because this boxing thing. It's no fucking. Come on,
no, you good.
It's no joke at all. It's no. You can. I've seen. Like I said, I've been in a couple of camps, and I've seen guys come in and they're too. They didn't know that they're too heavy for the champion, and end up hurting the champion. I've seen guys come in and get knocked out, and then their brains, their functioning is never the same. You got what I'm saying? That's a serious thing. That's why my mother keep telling me, "So you getting older, chill out, teaching coach, because you great at that. Like, don't go back in the fight." Because it's like me, as soon as I get on submits and somebody home submits and I get in shape and I'm like, I want to fight everybody, but I can't do that because I'm actually healing from an elbow injury because my other boy down there, King Hashim, that's my guy, and he helped pull me in that gym. Love them, love Melvin Paris, love y'all. And he, we were doing some like sparring. I'm experienced and stuff like that. But he's naturally, you know what I'm saying, a 220-pound guy. Yikes. So when the coach the other guy called the thing off, he's supposed to stop. He didn't hear him, so he was pushing back my hand. So I moved my body out the way, but I didn't move my hand out the way. And he pushed my hand into my shoulder, and it gave me tennis elbow, so it messed up some of the joints down here. So I had to do physical therapy to heal it back up. Just something small like that. In MMA, you could block right and beat a guy and end up more hurt than him. You got what I'm saying? It's real like that. It's not even about being beat up. You could get hurt by just blocking the kick wrong or two off.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? You can win the fight, win the money, but now you on bed rest, you in physical therapy, you can't even enjoy it right away. Yeah. So it's like at 36, with these injuries and fractured toe and things I got now, I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. But that's part of the game, you know.
Absolutely.
And I hear a lot of people saying, I don't really like MMA too much because they all they do is wrestle. And I say, yo, listen, you don't understand what the hell is going on. I'm like, yo, those two guys that you think that's just grabbing, it's a reason why he's laying his head on his shoulder and he got him close to him. It's a reason why he's not letting him grab his leg and he's standing like this. It's a reason for all of that. Like, they're not just in there just wrestling and like, it's techniques to all of that stuff. They know what the hell they doing.
Like, listen to me, man. For anybody that's listening, that do just boxing or just do just MMA or just jiu-jitsu. Just like boxing has a lot of dimensions with the punches, angles, you have to be able to know the perception of how a person may fight according to their height, their length, their reach, and what they can do. The ground game is a whole nother world. It's a fucking Shark Tank. It's a whole nother world. That's to learn basic stuff, how to keep yourself from getting out of stuff. It could take you like a whole year just to learn how to be defensive on the ground.
And
it's
fight,
that serious.
And fight on your back.
Learn how to fight on your back. Oh my! Learn how to keep yourself from getting rear naked choke. If you watch the fight between Masvidal and his friend, I think it's Cody or whatever it is, the one they just recently had not too long ago, he was trying to get rear naked choke on Masvidal, and Masvidal had such good defense, he ended up didn't getting it. He wasn't choking. He let him choke him, and he was behind him. And I was like, "Damn, that's good ass defense." Yeah. But it's like if you don't know it, you don't understand what you're seeing. So until you get in there and go to a school where you can practice and you learn the different steps, and you realize like, "Damn, it's a lot to this."
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like it's just they make it look so easy. Like I said before, they make it look so easy, and it's really not. It comes a lot of dedication and discipline to do that. Like
absolute.
You kind of almost have to live that. Like
You
anything. If you notice anybody that's great at doing whatever it is that they do, they live that. They do that.
Absolute.
6-7 days out the week.
Absolute.
Every day for hours. So you can't just jump into it. Again, you can't just jump into it and think like, oh, I'm gonna be one of the best and I'm gonna be on top. It's not gonna work like that. And you're gonna wind up getting yourself hurt. It's not gonna work like that.
Yeah, you gotta put it in. You gotta have the skill. You know, whatever attribute you have, it don't matter. You have to have skill behind it. I know guys. I've been being on my block, and then a guy came by, and my boy's was like, "Yo, come outside, yo. This guy want to see you, stuff like that." I told him about you. He said he want to spar with you right now. I'm like, spar? He mean mid work and stuff like that? He said, nah, he want to spar. So my cousins and stuff was outside. You know, I came outside. They were like standing outside. And this guy. You know, he's kind of like an army guy. He kind of looks bigger than me. I looked at him. I was like, you know, what's going on, brother? How you doing? You know, you want to get some training? He said, no, I want to see what you got. I'm like, okay.
Off rip?
Off rip. I was like, you know, he heard about me. He's like, all right, well, let's put the gloves on. I said, all right. He said, we going to go light or we going to do? He said, all right, let's just move around. So, like, just that energy had me like, all right. I just walked my son outside. I'm like, hold up. Put my son to the side. Hold my son. I said, watch this pop. So I studied him, watched him, caught him with a jab, 2-3 to the body, boom, he ain't want no more. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. So I was like, yo, you want to work out? We could train anytime. You always welcome to come back. You got what I'm saying? I'll train you and I'll show you some stuff. So then he became my student after that.
Yeah. I don't understand why people want to do that. Like, why do you want to, like, why do you don't have the training? Like, you just want to, let me see what you got. Like, bro, no, you don't have it. Like this, listen, I respect the Army. They show you hand-to-hand combat, but it's not this.
Yeah,
it's not this.
It's not
like, that's something completely different. They just showing you that in the moment. Like, I actually do this. Yeah. Like, I don't understand why these people think they can just walk up to you and be like, yo, put the gloves on and let's go. Let's see what you got. Like, no. It never ends well for them. It never ends well. Like, it just be like, yo, you know what? I don't really want to do it. Like, you know, you try to be humble and it's like, I don't want to do it. But all right, if you insist, look, I'm gonna just tag you up real quick to let you know that you can't mess with me on no level, and then I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just give you a little pop, and then we're gonna leave it like that. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So, absolutely. You know what I mean? But you know, it's good because I think that moment for him, I think he wanted to get trained by you anyway, right? But he heard about how well versed you were. You were in the fighting game as far as all of the different things that you can do.
Absolutely.
He wanted to test it out to see, like, yo, maybe they just talking, or you know what I mean? Because you know that's his friends and family. They probably just hyping him up. So let me see, because I need work. So that's why he probably, it's possible.
Maybe,
so he probably just, all right, let me see what he got, and then he's like, oh, all right, nah, this dude is for real. So nah, let me work with him.
I didn't even think about that, bro. And it's like he's a guy like he like your size, but he was like way more muscle. He had his shirt off and he had his tags on his chains, his army tags, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, I can see his body, so I ain't got to worry about trying to see him through the shirt. I said, all right, he a little taller than me. I'm gonna slip up under him, catch that body. Like I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna do to him. I'm gonna step on the outside. He can't step well. His stance is wrong. I already picking up things.
Bro, listen. So. I tell people all the time, when I was in the gym boxing, bro, for all of those years. And then I had a fight on the street. I'm like, the minute the dude put his hands up to fight me, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna punch him there. I'm gonna hit him there. He gonna lose his breath because I'm gonna punch him right there. He's not blocking. When he swing, I already know he gonna drop his hand. I'm gonna catch him with this. Bro, that fight didn't even last 10, 15 seconds, bro.
Absolutely.
So it's like, yo, like you so angry at me for whatever reason it is that you just want to fight. Like you just want to fight. So just throw your hands. All right, cool. But you standing wrong. You off balance. First of all, that's your strong hand, and you leading with that hand. So you're not gonna hit me with no power. Absolutely. All your punches is haymakers. I can see them coming from a mile away. Like it's literally like slow motion. Like, first of all, you cocking your arm back, sticking your face out there, and then you swing it. Like, I'm gonna hit you 3 times before this arm comes around. Like, but they don't know that, and it's just like people don't, like I said, people don't understand, man. It's different.
Yes,
like when
exactly.
you get that training, you try your hardest not to fight.
Absolutely.
Because you can really hurt somebody.
Yeah, you can really hurt somebody.
You can really hurt somebody,
Yeah.
especially when that person doesn't have the training and they think they do, but they really don't know how to defend themselves. They really don't know how to defend themselves.
They really don't.
So like it's you know, that's why you just gotta be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm gonna tell the people this, right? I know him. This is my guy right here. Do not run up on him. It's not gonna go right. Don't do it. It's not gonna go right. Trust me. Like, don't do it. Like, you know, some people take your humbleness as a weakness, or that you scared, or you just trying to get out of a situation. Sometimes it's no, I'm trying to save you from yourself, bro. Because you don't understand how dangerous I am, bro. I can break literally every bone in your body, but I'd rather not do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather build with you.
Absolutely.
Than destroy you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
you can say that again. I love that.
Yeah. I'd rather build with you than destroy you. Like, so.
Yes, sir.
But you know that's where we have to have that communication, and people got to understand, like, everything ain't always got to be like, you know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
gotta be trauma, confrontation. It don't have to be that. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's like the insecurities of a lot of people. So they feel like the only way they can protect their insecurity is to lash out.
Absolutely.
Because and it don't always have to be a physical confrontation. Sometimes they may not know how to speak and get their point across without, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might not be able to do that. They might just be so like, I don't know what to do, so the only thing I can do to protect myself so I won't look weak is to attack.
Right.
And I think that's the wrong way to go about a lot of situations.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
absolutely.
You know what
yes,
I mean?
sir.
It's just something that we gotta get more on the same page with.
Yes, sir.
But
absolutely.
I wanna talk to you about the metaphysical. Explain to the people what metaphysical mean and like what you actually do concerning that.
Okay, so you talk about metaphysical, right? The etymology of meta, right? So let me just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So when we talk about etymology is a study of the origin of words, right?
Yes.
All the way down to even the numbers behind the letters, because that represents the energy of the letter to the word vibration. Right, so these things are a little deep. You definitely have to.
Oh nah, go ahead, get deep, bro.
Do a consultation with me so I can explain it better. But meta is like, so we are metaphysical beings, and we have those dimensions, right? Everything in life is about dimensions. Nothing is one way or one-sided. There's no one. So you have meta, which means in, before, below, above. It represents all the dimensions in your body. So just basically, let's say as like the different organs, the skeletal system, the skin, the you know what I mean. You're talking about from spirit to aura and things of that nature. You're talking about your chakras, the vortexes of energies that control and govern the glands within your body, that control the organism systems in your body. So when you talk about those kind of things, the meta and the physical, right? So spirit to aura, you're talking about each part of you that is still a part of you, right?
Okay.
So so as a metaphysical healer, when I go to heal people, when I listen to them, I listen to what may be wrong. Sister may be like, all right, so let me just give you an example. Sister was saying that she was saying her knee was popping or whatever the case was, and that she wasn't in the right mind state because I'm not sure, I think she just lost somebody or what have you, a client that I had. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I asked her to call me back. I said, first of all, you're going to do this, and you're going to call me back. I want you to meditate for maybe about 8 or 9 minutes. What I want you to do is calm yourself down, unlock yourself. Do not hear, because our ears are meant to hear outside, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever want to hear your spirit, you'll sit calmly and listen to your insides. You could say a word, like just something simple, like what is Poland Spring, right?
Yeah.
And you can close your eyes and say the same thing inside you. Our ears are not made to hear inside of us. So that voice that you hear is your spirit. That's the first you. That's the spirit.
Yeah, okay.
So when you hear that, you have to know that that is you, and you want to listen to that, and then try to listen to more of inside of you. So then you know how to channel the energy and which is needed for a certain area. So she's saying her stomach hurts or something hurts on her. I told her to do that. I'm sorry, it was her knee. So I told her to do that, and we did some physical therapy. So now I help her meditate right properly.
Okay.
For the inside of her to help deal with the trauma what she was dealing with her mentally, so she can soothe that out, because breathing, right, helps a lot of that and the different types of breathing techniques. And then we did a physical therapy to help the knot on her knee that was moving on her knee. So guess what? So now I helped her heal that. So guess what? Now when she called me back, we were able to continue to work out, and she was in a better mood. So now I healed 2 parts of her metaphysically, which is our physical part, and there's some type of trauma that was in her spirit to help heal her. Now that's something basic, right? We can go more in depth things like you're talking about healing somebody from tuberculosis or like something like bronchitis, to be able to get the inflammation out of the bronchioles. So that takes different types of techniques from the outside and what you put on the inside to eat, and then to control the breathing to help move that out. So those 3 parts to be able to heal a person to move forward and grow and process with their mind and body.
Okay, yeah, that was a lot. This episode of Voice of Brooklyn is brought to you by Nitty Customs. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook. The Instagram handle is at NITTYKUSTOMZ. That's Instagram. You also can find them on Facebook at TYE space NITTY. You can get all your latest hoodies, your hats, your sweatsuits, men and women. That's Nitty Customs. That was a lot, but no, I follow you because I try to get into that a little bit myself, but I don't have a full understanding of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about as far as like the chakras and all of that stuff, like that. For the people who don't know, can you explain what the chakras are like?
So there are, what they say is like, I think it's like 144 small chakras, right? And then some would say also there's 12 base chakras, but I like to deal with the 7 main chakras, right? So from the root chakra to the crown chakra. So chakras represent our vortexes of energy, right? If you see right back, I'm spilling a lot of knowledge right now, I'm spilling a lot of jewels. Insight. So like if you ever see like some movies, right? Like if you ever see, how they depict us in certain movies. If you see some alien movies, when they break up their body, some of the aliens' bodies have those circles of chakras within their body. That's a movie of simulation, explaining like, okay, well, this is what's in melanated people. You got what I'm saying? And that's real. So there's even things going around that talk about our pineal gland, which produces the black unexplained matter. That stuff also comes from, within and different chakra energies. So now when you talk about the chakras, they're in our subtle spine, right? They're on our DNA. They're part of our DNA. So some people call chakras our 7 senses of DNA. That's why a lot of times people just deal with the 7 chakras, the main chakras, and they control each. So just give you an example, our adrenal gland, which is our base chakra, right? So which is our around our buttocks area and things like that. When you get out of the levels of the base, which is like getting over fear, right? Like when you're coming up, when you're born, you're learning the world, you're learning the outside things, you're learning different types of energy. You're starting to understand the basic things are around you. You got what I'm saying? To not be scared, to be able to know the difference between what and what. When somebody is giving you love or something like that, and somebody's trying to harm you, right? To know the different basics of the general knowledge of human beings and the characteristics and the traits that they have. So that deals with your base chakra, your adrenal glands. So a lot of people walk around because of their base chakra, like maybe like from, they saw the base around area from like the first 3 chakras. So a lot of people walk around naturally, they don't even know that they walk around and their shoulders are up. Like while you walk in the street, your shoulders are up. Your back is tense because your chakra energy is tense. You have trauma within the chakras. You got what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to, I tell my clients all the time, constantly just do this. breathe in and out, and just like
relax.
just put your shoulders down purposely, and just almost not walk with a crouch, but kind of walk with purposely have your shoulders down, because if your shoulders down, that means the top of your back is not holding it up. That means your back releases tension. That means there's less tension within the chakras. So you become more balanced throughout the day. And then also that has a great deal with what you eat, right? So if you eating terrible, you're clogging up the bloodstreams and your chakra energy.
Yeah.
So when you tighten that up and there's blockages, then obviously it's going to be tensity. It's going to be tense. So you're not going to be at a certain level of peace or balance. So the better we eat, the better we deal with our chakras, we grow in spirit to peace. And now we are more calm. Now we can deal with things better. And like we were saying before, they're not going to be rah, 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 rah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm calm and cool. I'm just like this all the time. I try to talk. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still human.
Yeah,
things like
of course,
that.
of course.
So,
of course.
you know, certain things may get to me, like certain people that know certain triggers about me, like, you know, with my son, you know what I mean? Things like that. Me and my son's mom didn't always have the greatest relationship. So she would say something, and those comments, beautiful as I am, I go from 1 to 1,000. I'll be pissed off, ready to go spar, ready to do everything because I'm tired. Because she won't let me have my son for a time or whatever the case may be. So I'm still human, you got what I'm saying? But I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm not going to sit up here and say I know everything. Most conscious people will tell you the more we learn, actually, we realize the less we know. We actually really know, right? And people talk about the knowing. It's like you think something. Like people say believe. Believe is to be indecisive, and being indecisive is to not know. So you really just think something exists or something is that. Knowing is different. Knowing is like if I ask you, brother, I say, okay, do you have 2 arms? That's, you know, you got 2 arms. You've been living with them. You know how you build your arms. Look nice, by the way. I see you working out. So
he working out. He's a beast. He's a beast.
I can see it.
That's my guy. Pooch. He's a beast. He's a beast.
So you working out. You know when you built your arms. You know what they can lift. You know how well you can punch. You know what I mean. How you handle things. You know how well you can pick up a baby or a boxing. You know that. You got what I'm saying? But if I say if you know about something else that you might not never seen or never come across, you may know things about it, you got what I'm saying? But you don't really know it. You got what I'm saying? And no one knows anything in ultimate fact. No, it's impossible to know everything. There's too much things in the world and the universe to know everything.
It's too much going on at the same time. It's
way too much.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like you're driving yourself crazy.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Trying to get to the base of everything. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to know everything. I think that is the scariest thing in the world, bro. Like if you just think about what everything entails, like everything. Absolutely. I don't want to know everything, bro. I think that's too much. I think that's too much weight on one shoulder, like to know everything, because then people who know that you know everything is always going to come to you like, well, talk to him. He got the answers. So now you probably have like 1,000 people every day coming to you like, yo, so what's going to happen with him? What this mean?
Absolutely.
What's that? They found this. Is that true? And I don't know. They said they discovered that. Is that real? Like it just drive you crazy.
Absolutely.
It'll just be like, yo,
and
listen. Leave me alone.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? It's crazy because I built one of the sisters that helped me get into learning about. Shout outs to Tamika Anthony. I love you, Queen. You always building me, helping me. You know, even talking to her, she would say, you know, just text me, King, or have them just text me and things like that. If it's something severe, then she may be like, okay, well, we'll do a consultation. They'll call me. And I told her too, charge for your consultations. Now we want to build, you know what I mean, with people, with like-minded people, especially the people in our circles. We want to build because we want them to know things. We want you well. We want you healthy. We want you to progress and things like that, because we all know by now, like with politics and the government side, everything does not land in our favor. You got what I'm saying? So we want you to know, but in certain space, she may be like, just text me, because it ain't necessarily always to talk, because she's so busy helping other people. And now it's like, with me knowing like my metaphysical healing and things like that, I got more people coming to me, but it's like, just like what you said, to know everything, it's like now people will be more relying on you. You got what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you don't have time. It's kind of like Queen of Four. You don't have time to be meddling with somebody. I need a secretary now, because I ain't got time to be meddling with somebody that's kind of thinking that they ready to come on or do this, whatever. I need people that's going to send the money, hey, boom, I got this time, this, can you match something up with me? Can we talk for about 15 to 20 minutes? Yes, and you write your questions down. When we get on the call, ask me so I could know what to give you, what to do, and things like that. So even with sisters like that, who I went through a situation in Georgia, and I caught a crazy allergic reaction that put me in the hospital. I sent her a picture immediately, let her know what was going on. She immediately told me what to do, what for them to give me, and I was out the hospital the same night. The ambulance came and got me from over there, and then by 2 something in the rising, I was out of the hospital.
Yeah, I believe also that goes back to your chakras and being one with yourself. And,
there you go.
And,
yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? And you knowing how to meditate and stuff like that. Because I don't think a lot of people believe that you can do a lot of things with your mind, like when it comes to your body.
My gosh.
And I don't mean this spooky Hollywood shit that they be doing. Like, I look at a bottle and I can just make the bottle do this and then put it back down with my head. Like, we not talking about that goofy shit. We talking about like real. When you one with yourself and you meditate and you at peace and you in tune with your energy and you studying this stuff, you can self heal yourself doing a lot of things. But it also goes back to like what you said, eating and things like that, having positive energy. Like that's one thing a lot of people got to understand. Energy is 100% real. Like
energy is everything. Really.
Energy is everything. Like it's. You have to understand exactly how it works to be able to do certain things. Like this was years ago. I want to mention this quickly. They was doing it was basically like these doctors or these pharmacists, and they had people on the street and they was giving them 2 identical pills, right? And they would ask them like what is their issue? According to what their issue was they would give them the pill, and they would say, one person would be like, oh, I have a toothache, or I have a headache. So they'd be like, okay, so look, take this. One pill was a water pill. Now, so it was just this. That's all it was in the pill. And the identical pill was the actual medicine. They gave them the water pill, and they gave some of them the real pill, right? Now, I think it was at like 43% of the people that they gave the water pill to, whatever was going on with them, it stopped. So they didn't get the actual medicine to stop what was bothering them. Wow, so what that tells me is
that's beautiful.
Subconsciously, we don't even know that we do it. If we have a headache and we take an aspirin, we automatically think, I took an aspirin, the aspirin is going to get rid of my headache. When a lot of times it's your self energy that does that. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't understand that. You understand what I'm saying? So I seen that years ago, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And a light bulb went off. So I'm like, yo, if we really was in tune with our own energy and our own chakra, right? We can do these things. I'm not saying we can do it at 100% clip, but a lot of things that's bothering us, if you just sit down, boom, you know what I'm saying, get right, do what you need to do, and just relax your mind, relax your body, and just breathe, you could get rid of a lot of these ailments. But a lot of people don't believe in that. They just think like you need medicine. I think our society has been brainwashed to be reliant upon these man-made things.
Absolute. So I want to just tag on some of what you're saying. But that was excellent. I'm glad you're growing to that level. That's amazing, brother. That I commend you.
Yeah,
for real. I really do. Yes, sir. Love that, brother. So I want to just piggyback off some of what you were saying. So to manifest, right? And this is what they call it, manifestation. So I'm not a scientist, right? So I don't know like the technicalities of the actual science, but what I have learned, right, about it is that, medicine, right? We talk about the pharmaceutical industry. Doctors and whatnot, get their information from researchers and herbalists and people like that who actually study the actual herb. So meaning like if I go in nature, right, and I see some herb, whether it's kale or mullein leaf or anything like that, some powerful herb, right? And they take it and they take out the herb and they put it inside of a pill, right? And they give it all of these things to help keep the potency of what they put in the pill together. So they can put it in a bottle, put it in the pharmaceutical industry, and here, sell it to you for all these numbers and stuff like that. When this is secondary, it will never be as pure as the actual herb, right? So this is why we have to learn to be more natural and be more nature and be able to heal ourselves naturally, to be able to learn how to get and deal with these actual herbs. So we have to be dealing with medicine. So what he was saying, for medicine to go in your body, right? It's kind of like morphine. It's going to heal the surface, but it's not going to deal with the engravement or the deep part of the problem to actually heal it, right? So it's going to deal with the surface, but still to make you come back, like morphine, like the things in it that's in food. So you'll be satisfied, but it's gonna make you draw you back to it, not to fully cure you from anything or solve your development from anything. You got what I'm saying? So with that being a water pill, the body digests things. So I don't know if it was actually just water in there or something else. If it was, wow, that's really amazing, because what that says is that the pill went in your body, it broke down it came down to your digestive system, and where it needed to disperse, it opened up, and that part of you did not have enough water for the blood. And what that did, the water pill did, is put water in that specific spot to then make the blood flow through to heal you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things we don't know and we don't fully understand.
Absolute.
Because it's a lot with it, but it's really basic. Like everything here on Earth is that we need is already here. Like we don't need.
Beautiful. Yes, sir.
We don't need to like mix nothing up and make these concoctions and put this in it and abstract this. We could just listen. I'm gonna give you an example, and nobody can answer me when I say this. I know you'll be able to answer me, but I ask people this a lot of times. They be like, "Oh, I'm gonna die anyway, so that's why I'm gonna keep eating this and I'm gonna keep eating that." I'm like, yo, listen. Why is it that the ape is one of the strongest animals in the jungle, in the wild? And like I'm talking about muscular, like these animals are 500 pounds. They are fast. They're super strong. They never get sick. And the only thing they eat is fruits and plants. Why is that?
Come on. Like, oh my God, you said it all right there.
Why is that? And then and another thing I said to this one girl, she was like, I can't eat vegetables and like herbs. I can't do none of it. I'm like, yo, what? She's like, no, I can eat it, but I can't eat a lot of it. I said, yo, now this is how I messed her head up. I said, yo, listen. I said, you eat steak, right? She like, yeah. I'm like, you eat chicken, right? She like, yeah. I'm like, you eat turkey, right? She like, yeah. I said, all right. You don't eat vegetables and herbs, right? But you season your meat with vegetables and herbs. You season your meat with vegetables and herbs. So it's like, I don't understand. Like, what you think like pepper is? Like, what you think basil and parsley is? Oregano, garlic powder. What you think that is? What you think that is? Onion powder. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, when people say, I can't eat this and I can't eat that, all right, so don't season your food with it. Just cook your food the way it is. I guarantee you, you're not going to be able to eat that. And it's going to taste awful. The only reason why you like it is because the stuff that you don't like, you season it with it. That's why it tastes good to you. Like, so I just think it's a lot of times, like, people got to change their mindset or their thought process of like what's around them and what they putting in their bodies, because that's one of the truest statements. You are what you eat.
Absolute.
Whatever. Like you eating a lot of heavy food, a lot of meat and stuff like that. How do you feel after that? What we call it? The nigga-itis? The itis? Some shit like that, right? Now think about it. When lions and all these other animals kill other animals to eat, and they're in the wild in the jungle, right? What they do after they eat them? They lay down.
Lay down, yeah, they tired.
They lay down. It's the same thing we do as people when we eat all of this meat and stuff like that, right? But the reason why we don't just lay down and go to sleep, because we might be outside, we might be at work, We might be in a park. We might have our kids. You know what I'm saying? We might be in the mall somewhere shopping. We at all these other places. But if you notice, you be like, yo, you know what? I'm tired. I'm ready to lay down. You know what I'm saying? So you rush home, then you lay down, you sit on that food, then you wake up and you eat the same thing again. And this is why obesity is like the number one in America, because as a whole, as a country, we're not eating right.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's other countries that don't accept food from us because a lot of our food is processed. I know I might get in trouble from the people saying that, but it's the truth. A lot of these countries, when they in dire straits and stuff like that, they don't accept our food because a lot of times they eat more natural than we do, and that's why we have the highest rate of obesity, and it's crazy.
That makes a lot of sense,
it's
brother.
crazy.
And I found out from one of my sisters. She was like, Sister Janine.
Yeah.
She was telling me that they allowed, you may have to block this out, but they allowed supermarkets to have and have GMOs and create GMOs since 1994. So when people say, I just want to say this real quick on air. When people say GMOs, that's genetically modified. So some things may not be modified. It may be genetically just created, right? So let me just give a quick example. You might see, I was just telling my brother this, you might see a stable of grapes, right, in the supermarket, like a whole thing of grapes, green grapes, purple grapes, things like that. Out of all of the grapes, there may be one little portion that actually have seeds and stems. If the grapes ain't got no seeds in them, what fruit you make that don't have seeds? Fruit's supposed to have seeds in them.
Yeah.
So if it's a fruit, it'd be like, oh, I want some seedless grapes. That ain't real.
Yeah.
That's not real. It's like,
seedless
what is that?
Like,
what is that?
Like, where did it grow from?
If it doesn't have seeds in it, it's like, what the fuck is that then? It's a GMO, something that has the same texture, the same whatever feeling, same look. You can put it on your body. It's not going to kill you immediately when it goes in, but when it gets down there, it's going to grab on the thing and create cancer traits and things like that. That's going to help slow up your body and start to break down your body. It doesn't happen right away when you put it in. You got what I'm saying? So it has these things. You have to be cognizant enough to go, let me look for the seeds in this. Let me look for this and that. Let me make sure I find this. You got what I'm saying? I pick a watermelon and ain't got no seeds. I don't know what that is. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
It's crazy. Like, people you just need to be more aware of what we putting in our bodies and our kids' bodies. But yeah. So right before I let you go, I had to bring this guy up because I've been watching his videos for a very long time, and the first video I saw, well, not the first, probably maybe like the fifth video I saw he was doing a demonstration with you, and it was an old video. Hassan.
Okay, guys.
Hassan. Forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong. Hassan Khalid.
Yeah, Grandmaster Hassan Khalid.
Yeah. Like, I used to love watching his videos, man. Like how's that brother doing?
Grandmaster Hassan, I actually resigned from Grandmaster Hassan because we kind of had a falling out and things like that. Yeah. But and which became unfortunate, but it's no discredit to like what he does. Like, so Grandmaster Hassan Khalid is he's a former Navy Blue SEAL, very dangerous individual, very skillful individual, very knowledgeable individual. Let me tell you, like you told me, that's not an old man you ever want to run up on. That man is dangerous. He's the one that taught us a lot of things, taught me quite a bit of skills that I know. So he's doing great. He's doing amazing things as usual. He's still building in the Brownsville community, so if you ever want to go see him, definitely go over there. They have what used to be, I think, the PAL building or something like that. Yeah. They have it back over. I think it's called something else, like police something else, police CC, whatever it is. So great talent over there. Like I said, Grandmaster Hassan Khalid is a living legend. You know, he's doing this thing, so you know what I mean. Big ups to him.
Yeah, big ups to him. How long you was under his tutelage for?
So first teacher I've ever had. I need to definitely bring her up because she's definitely undoubtedly a legend. Things of that nature. So that's my mother. They call us in the hood in Crown Heights. They call us Sensei Sparkle. You know, my mother taught maybe in every school in Crown Heights, like every single school she's taught in. I'm pretty sure. and she became a Crown Heights daughter. So I learned a lot of beginning basics from her. Like I never get so low. And my foundation is always great because she taught us amazing basics. Like she said, I think she may be a greater teacher than him because she understands how to take somebody from. She taught me how to take something from nothing and be able to build it from basic and teach him. You know what I'm saying? So my mother, Hanshi Sparkle Aga, she's Hanshi now. Is like 9th degree black belt. So she's the teacher of masters. She's amazing. So. Yeah. So I was with her too about. Oh yeah, nah.
Salute to you. I don't want no problems.
Yes, mom. Yes. So mom was teaching me till I was about 12. I said around 12, and then around that time I came with Grandmaster Soki Hassan, and then he had me building with them in the generation with the other martial artists that he had like right under them. They all became national champions. They were all great. So, I came in and like he was teaching us, but they were more advanced than me. So I always wanted to be like them. I always wanted to do as much push-ups as Basa, how much this is Jashida. And, I wanted to always be as much as them. So after a while, they weren't even working as hard as me. I was doing so many clap push-ups because I was so busy trying to catch up to what I thought he was doing at home. Yeah. And that's what made me great. It got me to the point where before I was doing the national tournament and stuff like that, I was my first school, before I had my own school, I was teaching under Basa. And so it's Kiyoshi Basai, and I remember he was teaching the kids, and I was assisting him, and one of the kids said, "That's your student? You're mentoring him?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm mentoring Kiyoki." He said, he's faster than you," and he said, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, I didn't even know that he thought that or saw that in me. I didn't realize how fast or good I was at that time. I was nasty at 17. Until I saw myself on tape, and that's like I thought the tape was skipping or something, and I was like, "That's me." Yeah. I was like, "Oh snap!"
It be like that because you just going through the motion, like you just trying to make sure your stance is right, your kick is right, your punch is right. You just trying to get the technique down that you don't understand because you actually can't see yourself until you go back and watch the film, and then you be like, "Wow." Yeah. I didn't know I looked like that. I thought I was slower than what I'm seeing.
Absolutely.
So and then by nature we athletes. So your athletic ability is what pushed you more and further than what you thought where you thought you was at that stage in time. So it's always good to watch yourself, to pick up little nuances about yourself, to look at certain things like, all right, I could have did that different, or maybe I shouldn't have did it that high or that low, or maybe I should have, so it's always good to study yourself while you're working out and training and stuff like that, because it'll only help. In your case, you're a trainer, so it could possibly help you become a better trainer watching yourself, and so that way you could keep sharp.
Absolutely,
and what it is that you're doing. So
absolutely. So I always, I naturally do video. Now I do a lot of videotapes with any clients that come across me. Yeah, because
I see a lot of your videos. Yes,
appreciate you, King. And everybody that I have that's different. Like even though both of you guys, training both of you guys, I would train you guys both different because you may want different goals. You may have different things going on with your body. And though y'all may come together in the same session, I might do certain things with you and tweak your joint up, but I may not tweak his. And I might tweak his the way I might tweak yours because everybody needs something different. Yeah. So I always like to record myself to see what I did. And whenever I go back, I go, okay, I look at stuff I did like 3-4 years ago. I go, okay, bring that back, put that, add that. She could use that. Boom, so I'm always like just revamping things and like you said, being able to make myself better. Because there's no end cap. Some people would even say I'm coming to be. Well, I think that I am a young master in the martial art and the kind of combat world, but I don't look at myself as a master trainer yet. But other people would say different. They would say, no, you're a master trainer and you're a master body sculptor. Like for what I do for women, like reshape their body, recomposition their body like that. That is something I overstand. So that's a skill that I developed through time, through learning and watching people's bodies and learning how to give women what they desire, because I apply specific things that work for guys. I'm like, I've just added to women and just added like this, do this and do the climax numbers, and it should work. And it did. Yeah. So.
All right, that's what's up, man. So, all right, we about to get out of here. Is any last words you want to tell the people where they can find you, how they can get in contact with you?
Please. My Instagram is _ Mr. Body Sculptor. So that's _ MRBODY SCULPTOR. Some people say sculpture, but it's sculptor. Because I'm not. I look pretty good, but it's what I do, and I got popping because I was, training Instagram influencers and different type of women and giving them that body that they want through natural training. We don't do no pills. We don't do. Yeah. I don't even do pre-workout with them. This is all food and educated, specific types of training, and that's how I got it like that.
So that's your Instagram handle, right? Correct?
Yes, sir. _ Mr. Body Sculptor. _
Mr. Body Sculptor. Make sure if y'all in his area, y'all link up with him. This is a very good brother. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the elite trainers out here, elite young trainers. If you don't know, so if you're looking to get in shape, or if you're looking to, get a certain skill set, talk to this guy right here. Yes, all right? Yes, sir. He's the best man for it. I appreciate you coming through. Yes, you know what I'm saying? You already know. It's all love. You already know, man.
Brother. Thank you so much.
This is the Voice of Brooklyn podcast, man, with another one, and we out of here.
Run it up, 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 run it up. All my niggas, yeah, we run it up. All my bitches, yeah, we run it up.